As we make our way into Lord's Day 15, the Catechism begins to discuss Christ's suffering, or lead to his death and resurrection over the next couple of Lord's Days that we are all looking at, all three of them today. So Lord's Day 15 has three questions. Begins with, what do you understand by the word suffered? And it answers that during his whole life on earth, but especially at the end, Christ sustained in body and soul the anger of God against the sin of the whole human race. This he did in order that, by his suffering, as the only atoning sacrifice, he might set us free, body and soul, from eternal condemnation, and gain for us God's grace, righteousness, and eternal life. And then it asks, why did he suffer, quote, under Pontius Pilate as judge? And the answer is, so that he, though innocent, might be condemned by a civil judge, and so free us from the severe judgment of God that was to fall on us. And then the final question, is it significant that he was crucified instead of dying in some other way? And it says, yes, this death convinces me that he shouldered the curse which lay on me, since death by crucifixion was accursed by God. So it's easy for me to say. Three quick things related to Lord's Day 15. The first of those is that here the Catechism is making it clear that it wasn't just that Christ needed to die for us. So it wasn't good enough for him to become incarnate and just die of old age or something like that. He needed to die in a certain way. That's the first quick thing. Second is, one of the aspects of that is to be condemned, to be justly condemned, or at least to be condemned in the name of justice by a civil judge through the civil magistrate that God has ordained to do justice, and so officially, formally condemn him in the name of justice, even though he was innocent. So he was he formally suffered the just judgment of God, even though he was innocent of it. Okay, and then the third quick thing is related to this idea of the way in which he died, of crucifixion. There were obviously many people who died of crucifixion in that period of time in Rome and in the ancient world. But it is true that in Deuteronomy, the Lord tells his people that those that they put to death, that are hung on a tree, are cursed by God, and therefore they're instructed to take them down before the sun sets, that the land might not be made unclean by their presence. So even though many people had been crucified, there was something special about it, and even in the history of Israel, and so it was noteworthy that Christ suffered and died in that way. All right, those are three quick things from Lord's Day 15.